Over the past five lessons, we have created this glorious image about work. We have created this idyllic concept of what work is. Since work is so good, should I feel guilty when I'm not working? Should I view the necessary times of rest as wasted moments? How much should I work and how much should I rest? Genesis chapter 2, verses 2 and 3 say this: By the seventh day, God completed his work that he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work that he had done. God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, for on it he rested from his work of creation. If you remember from a previous lesson, we dealt with the question of how could God work? The main concern was that our concept of work included ideas about work that seemed incompatible with our theology about God. We are again confronted with the same complexity. Can the infinite God who never grows tired truly rest? Why would God need to rest? Even from the wording of those questions, we can see some underlying assumptions about rest that may not be accurate. Putting aside our assumption about rest for a moment, let's draw some conclusions directly from this passage that may or may not agree with our preconceived notions. God rests. Not only does God rest, but he also declares that day that he rested holy. Therefore, we can draw the conclusion that rest is good. God rests on the seventh day because he was finished his work. The passage gives no indication that God was tired or needed to rest. God doesn't need to do anything. It seems that God chose to rest because it was the appropriate thing to do, or not to do, because it's rest, at that time. This fits well with our theology of an infinite God that never tires and is completely self-sufficient, needing nothing. This would mean that rest has value outside of sheer necessity. Rest is intrinsically good. However, though rest is valuable, it is also most meaningful in the context of prior work. God worked, then he rested. In these verses, we see God rest from work. Rest should be intimately connected with work. Rest derives its meaning from prior work.